The Play's the Thing, with your host, Judy Sleed. Special guest, David Klarman, Program Director of the YMCA. And now here's Judy.
Hi, Lee. Thank you. And here we are once again. And once again, I have a very interesting guest today, David. He was kind enough to leave his work and come and talk to us. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm well. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, you are. They told us that you're a director of the YMCA, but they didn't say where, which one. So people looking for you, where should they go?
Okay, well, if you are looking for me, I'm at the East Hampton YMCA, and I'm the program coordinator or program director at the YMCA. And pretty much I handle a lot of the programming for the
So
kids.
mostly you are with children, which is my favorite subject.
Big part of my day. Big part of a lot of what we do. Obviously, the Y is a big proponent of working with kids in a variety of different areas, and my area is really the camps. I
So
pretty
you
much
only
put together the
work
camps.
like in the afternoons when the children are off from school, or?
Well, I actually get the kids when they're off from school for their vacations. They have a vacation in December for a week. For the holidays, I get them for a week. I get them in February again from the 20th, 24th this year, which is their winter recess. And then I'll have the kids again in April for a week, and then 10 weeks in the summer.
Oh, so you're not with them every single day?
No, I'm not with them.
So what do you do when you're not with them?
Believe it or not, there's a lot of planning that goes into the time that you're actually going to spend with them. So we spend a lot of time planning our programming during the year for those 3 weeks, and then for the big program, which is our summer, which runs for 9 weeks, and then an extra week at the end. We've added on, so there's a lot to do with setting those programs up and running them.
Do you have new programs, or you repeat programs as they were?
Well, that's a very good question. We try to be extremely innovative. This summer we're adding quite a bit of different programming. We're adding, well, this is our brochure. I don't know if you want to see.
Yes,
this is
let's see the brochure.
This is our YMCA 2006 summer camp brochure, and basically these are my kids from last summer, and I'll open it up. These are all of my kids from last summer, and actually the interesting programming that we've just added is we're adding an arts program, which is something that we're going to be doing with LTV. Arts program is going to be run by Kathy Fallon, who's also works at the Y with us. And that program is going to do music, dance, theater, and teach the kids how to produce their own show. And during the summer, they'll learn from a variety of special guest instructors, directors, producers.
Oh, so this is for the summer?
That's one of our summer programs that we've added this year, yes. And the kids at the end of the summer, they'll do their own program. They'll produce it themselves. They'll tape it. They'll edit it. They'll produce all the copy for it, the staging, the lighting, and then they will get them.
The whole thing.
Then they'll get a DVD at the end.
The whole shebang, as they say in China.
Yes. Yes.
So, and what's the age group of the children?
The ages, well, that's a good question. I don't know if I remember exactly. The age group is 7 to 13 for the arts camp. We also have an adventure camp, which is new for us this summer, and that's 10 to 14 years old.
I thought I had seen even younger children on
Right,
the
we
picture.
do. We have, yes, our camp starts with 3-year-olds, going all the way up to 13.
That's good. So do you ever ask the children what their favorite activity is at the camp?
Well, we try to find out what their favorites are. We hope that we give them enough variety during the summer so that no kid is bored. We try to keep the kids very active, and we do sports, arts and crafts, games, just a variety. We have karate and we have rock wall climbing, and then we go to the beach and we do canoeing, and there's just a variety of activities that the kids do on a daily basis. And this is like a
day camp. It's not a sleepaway, is it?
Day camp. We get kids from 9 to 4. Sometimes we get kids earlier from 7 to 9, or they stay later with us from 4 to 6. But basically, the main hours of our camp are from 9 to 4.
You don't have to be afraid that the kid is going to be homesick and start, I want my mommy.
We get plenty of that, actually, with our kiddie campers, sure.
Yes.
A lot of kids, 3, 4 years old, don't like to leave their mom's side. And again, there are a lot of kids like my son Jake who have no problem joining the group, and sometimes are even hard to get them back to go home. So.
Oh yes, sometimes.
That's what we like to see. We like to see our campers who want to stay with us and not to go home at the end of the day.
I'll never forget the time my daughter was like 4 years old. I took her to nursery school, and I was standing there because I thought she was going to cry after me. And after she got busy, and then afterwards, she said, okay, you could go home now.
That's funny. That's typical, you know, once they're with their peers.
Right.
And they acclimate to a setting there, you know, the kids just, they don't want to go home. My son last summer, at the end of every single day, I'd have to carry him out of the kiddie camp, kicking and screaming, Daddy, I'm not going. I'm staying here all night.
Yeah.
You know, what can I tell you?
Do you ever give all the children a questionnaire? What you like, what you don't like, and what you would like to do? Well,
since we program our summer well in advance, the kids do have some free time and some, especially with sports, we can change some of our programming to accommodate their desires and wants. But really, the camp is not structured to give kids that much of a choice, especially you know, those kids that are in the younger age groups.
Well, when they're young, they don't know actually.
Right. So you know, we have to program in advance, well in advance.
Yes.
So
yes.
For the most part, they do as we tell them, or we like to think that they do as we tell them.
Okay, so how did you get into this business? I always like to know how people made decisions.
Well, my wife and I moved out here about almost 5 years ago, and we decided to have kids. Well, actually 4 years ago, we decided to have kids.
And where did you come from?
Well, we've been in a variety of places. Most recently, before we came here, we were in California, but before that, we had been in Maryland and been in New York. My wife and I are attorneys by trade, and when we decided to have kids, we decided we wanted them to be raised in suburbia. So when we came back from California, we decided to move to East Hampton full-time.
Where were you born?
I was born in Queens, New York.
Oh, so you came
I'm a New
back.
Yorker, yes.
You're a New York boy. How about your wife?
Maryland.
Oh.
She was born in Maryland.
So you met in college or
Well, she's a little bit younger than me. No, I actually met, she was graduating law school and I was already out in the workforce. She's a few years younger than I am. So. And
did you ever work as a lawyer?
Did I? Oh, many years. Many years, sure.
Where was your office?
We've had offices. I've been a variety of places, variety of firms. Had my own firm for a little while.
In New York?
In New York and then in California. But when we decided to move here to East Hampton, we decided we wanted to focus on kids, raising our kids, and I wanted to spend as much time with them as possible, so we
So who recommended East Hampton to you?
Well, we've had a home out here for almost 15 years.
That's how most people end up here.
That's exactly how we ended up here. It was either move back into the city or move out to East Hampton full time. And we moved here in March. We had our first son, Jake, in May. And we had Aiden 17 months later, and then Summer 20 months later. So we have 3 kids under the age of 4 right now.
Well,
quite a bit of work.
So when in a few years you'll be free. And so, oh, we had a very busy time in the beginning, but now we can enjoy it.
I enjoy every moment of it, I must tell you. I enjoy every single moment of it. I don't...
Yeah, that's what I heard you say when I met you. I think I met you here at a party.
Right, for LTV's, their
yes.
party.
Yes, you were saying how much you enjoyed your children and your job.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I can't say enough about the Y. I must tell you, as someone who had not experienced the YMCA before working here, it's an interesting way how I came to work at the YMCA. I started to run a men's basketball league at nights because I wanted something to do. It became very successful, and the executive director at the Y asked me if I wanted to run some programming, and I decided to do so, and next thing I know, I'm running the camp, and it was a whirlwind. I've been there a little bit over a year, and it's been a great experience, but the Y is just a tremendous organization for kids, for adults, for communities. Its main focus is community.
I always wanted to go there. I just never made it. And
Please.
It's so close.
Please come by. I mean, the answer to a question is never no at the Y. If they can provide a service or a program, they do. And it's really amazing. People have a huge amount of creativity, access to resources at the Y. It's really, truly one of the most special places I've ever been.
So what's the nicest thing you have here that you like to go for entertainment here in East Hampton?
Entertainment in East Hampton. I must tell you that I'm not the person to ask about entertainment in East Hampton. With 3 kids under the age of 4, I rarely get out of my house.
Oh, that's entertainment for you.
When I do get out of my house, it's to work typically. You know, I run the men's league on Monday and Wednesday nights, so I'm not home then. And though my wife and I, we really do love the beach, the water, the kids love the parks and the land.
Did you ever hear of Guildhall?
Yes, I have heard of Guildhall.
So
very,
have you
very
ever
nice
gone
place.
there?
Yes, I have.
I had a lot of guests from there, and I go there a lot.
There's a great artist community here.
It is, yes.
So I do know some people who are in the arts, and
yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I had 2 plays that I had read at Guildhall.
wow.
Had I known you, I would have invited you to read one of the parts.
I would have been glad to. Been honored.
See that?
Been honored.
I'll do it again.
That's great. We did. We had a musical or a play this summer for the first time at the YMCA camp. We did Wizard of Oz.
The children did it?
The children did it.
So you didn't even say anything about that.
Well, we will have another play this year for those who are interested in summer camp. Kathy Fallon and we'll be running another program where we put on a production at the end of our summer. We had some great people helping us last year. Larry and Marilyn Lindbergh were instrumental in helping us put together that production. And it was wonderful. I mean, we had literally 200 kids who were all on stage. I mean, not all at the same time.
And where you have a theater or a...
We did it at the school.
Which school?
We ran our camp at the John Marshall Elementary School.
Oh, I see.
This last summer, and that's where we ran our play.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we actually recorded it. I have it on videotape. I just haven't had a chance to edit it all down. It's great watching it again. It was a lot of fun. It was one of the highlights of the summer.
It's good to know that, because I have a couple of children's plays, so maybe I'll just introduce it to you. Or
Please.
People, and then maybe you could run it. I mean, do it.
Yeah, we're looking for all, whatever material. We'd love to do interesting things with the kids, especially the program we're going to be doing with LTV's help and partnership. The arts program I mentioned to you that we're going to be running during the school year for high schoolers is basically a program in which the kids will produce their own show on a either bi-monthly or monthly basis. And
well, that's how I got to do this show. I took a class here for producers, and after the program, they said, after I finished it, they said, well, now you're a producer. I said, really? And they said, yes, you could have your own show. So I started this just for fun, and it's been over a year since I'm doing it.
That's it? Just a year?
Over a year.
Wow. I would have thought you were doing this 20 years already.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, you got the whole concept down well.
It's fun to do, and I like to meet people because sometimes I know the person, and when it comes on my show, I really don't know them. I learn a lot about the people. So it's really great. And I hear that you sing also?
I'm not a singer. I enjoy writing some music. I play a little bit, write a little bit, enjoy it. It's one of those things I like to do in private to some extent. I'm not sure how successful I'd be in the public, but
well,
if you had a guitar, I'd strum a few chords for you.
Well, I would certainly like to hear that. I mean, but you are now concentrating on what you're doing, the why. I mean, if you would be concentrating on your writings, because it takes, if you want to be successful in any sort of business, you have to really put time into it.
There's
you
no
can't
doubt.
just say, okay, here it is.
Unless you're one of those very special people who can say, yes, here it is. And,
yes.
And run with it. Few and far between, right?
Right.
But
and
yeah,
you also
we are focusing.
dance?
Oh, dancing, no, I'm not really a dancer, thank you.
For pleasure?
Not a dancer for pleasure either too much. The only dancing I ever took was, my wife and I took some dance classes before we got married.
So you could dance at your wedding?
So we could dance at our wedding.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
It was
and
fun.
She doesn't like to dance either?
My wife does like to dance.
Oh.
But I'm just not a dancer, and so she has to find other people to dance with.
Yeah, be careful.
Unfortunately.
So that's really very interesting. You write music. What type of music do you write?
Variety of things. I come from
Alabama with the banjo.
Well, I play a lot of rock and roll, you know, southern rock, a little country sound to it. I don't know, contemporary type music.
And
nothing
you just do
excess.
that when you feel like doing something. Okay, I have to stop now. I have to write a song.
No, actually, whenever I pick up the guitar, I play around, and always something comes to mind.
Do you write it down?
I try to. Actually, I'm hoping to get a new computer that allows me to record these concepts and keep them that way. I have them written in all kinds of books on scrap paper, recorded on
And you have
cassettes.
words to this music too?
Words, the whole gambit.
I really would like to. I'm sorry you didn't bring anything with you. We could have shared it with the world.
I could have shared it with the world, but next time.
Next time. Yes.
But let's talk about the why some more. How does that sound?
Oh, that would be great. What else would you like to talk about the why?
I can't. Well, we've talked about the day camp, haven't we? There's a lot of other activities and programs actually going on at the Y.
Yes.
A lot of them I'm not even involved with, but there's all kinds of new dancing, dance programs and activities that we're doing at the Y. I mean, we just took a trip to Radio City Music Hall to watch the Christmas Spectacular in January.
I mean, that's for the whole family, right?
Families went with us, yes. It was a great time.
So you have activities for the family, you have activities for adult men, adult women separately or together, everything
Separately,
that
together.
people would like. That's
Right.
very good.
It's nice, and there's a big swimming program there, and so there are adults that are swimming, kids that are swimming. There's swimming programs for
Sick people.
they can, I guess. Not really sure.
Well, I was joking when I meant...
To get them healthy, right?
Yes, I mean, if people have arthritis or something, it's good to
Great.
exercise in the water.
No doubt.
And what is the, what are you charged for going in there?
To the Y?
Yes.
Well, there's a base set of fees for, depends if it's a just single adult, a family, child, you know, the kids.
Group rates?
Well, I don't know if they have group rates, but I know that if you're a child in East Hampton under the age of 18, you can come into the Y for free and just register. So the kids don't pay anything to go to the Y.
Wow,
only the
that's
adults
wonderful. Almost, I can't think of any place where you could go for nothing.
And then for families or for individuals who are not 18 or younger, if the cost is too high, there's always a scholarship program.
Sliding scale.
Financial assistance. We do a huge amount of financial assistance for families, even with our summer camp.
So are you supported by the town?
I think the town, I'm not really involved in the financial aspects of the Y, but I do believe the town does help support the Y. Part of the programming is supported by the town so that the kids can come in and use the facilities.
So you have a lot of, the membership is growing?
Growing hugely. I mean, the
Really?
membership is growing dramatically, and there's a change in.
So that new jobs are opening.
It could be, yes. There could be. We've definitely had a lot of new hires in the last year at the Y.
That's great.
There's a lot of people who work there, but and there's always new programming coming up. We're always contemplating new and interesting
things.
programming, right?
And how large is the building? I mean, I don't mean square feet, but how many rooms do you have there?
It could be bigger. We only have one.
Is there room for expansion?
We have room for expansion. Whether we would be able to do that is another story.
Well, somebody will come along with a grant or something. You never know. People will look in and they say, we have this great guy, David, doing that. Let's help him out.
Well, that would be nice. The building could definitely, wouldn't hurt to expand a little bit. The town of East Hampton is growing. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The schools are growing. The number of kids in the schools are growing, and there's a lot of use of facilities. So more facilities for kids is never a bad thing. Always a good thing. So, you know, they have this referendum coming up in March to raise money for the expansion of the schools.
So you have fundraisers too?
Well, no, this is not a fundraiser. The vote that will come is to build additional parts to the schools to do some renovations.
You don't ever have fundraisers?
Sure we do. We have a fundraiser. Matter of fact, in June we'll have a golf outing fundraiser that raises money for our camp scholarships that we give out during the summer.
Scholarships too. See, we didn't cover that.
Right. We have.
Is that once a year, the scholarship, or?
Well, the camp scholarships we'll give out once a year if parents come in and seek scholarships for our summer of 2006. They have until May 1st to fill out an application for a scholarship, and then after May 1st, we'll review all the scholarships and fund as much of it as we can, so we can get as many kids into camp.
How many scholarships can you recognize?
Well, last year I would say we had about 30 to 35 kids who were on scholarship.
Is that right? I mean, but did you meet their needs?
Sure.
All of them?
All of them.
That's
We
wonderful.
try to meet as many. We have the philosophy that any kid who wants to come to camp should be able to come. And so we try and make that happen. We work with Family Services League and a variety of other organizations that bring us kids.
Well, we have a special feature in our show where I use a trivia question. A picture will go up there, and people could write up and recognize the person and write into me, and then I will pick a person who is the winner, and that winner is going to be my guest on my next show. And here is my fishbowl. A lucky person is here, so I'm going to have you pick a name, and I will schedule this person
for your next show.
Yes, so pick a name. Pick one.
I'm honored. Thank you. Okay, here we go.
I hope your hand is not going to get stuck in. Okay. And it is Lily Ellis, and she identified the Bergens, which is Edgar and what's the daughter's name? Bergen. Candice Bergen. Oh, that's wonderful. So this, I hope you're watching, Lily, because you're going to be my guest. I'll schedule you. But would you believe half hour is up? You were wondering,
that's it?
How can we talk for a half an hour? But it goes.
It did. It went very quickly.
So I want to thank you very much for being very interesting. I learned a lot about the why. I knew it was there, but I didn't know all these things about it.
A lot of people know it's there. A lot of people don't know it's there.
I'll make it my business.
Welcome everyone to come in, join us.
To go there.
Please.
So I wave goodbye to the people. Bye in that camera. I never know. Don't forget to tune in and come back, and next week I'll have some other guests, and I invite people and I don't remember who's going to be my next guest.
Well, Lily's going to be your next guest.
Well,
if you forget, give me a call, I'll remind you.
Yes, if she's free, definitely. And I know 2 weeks from, on the 15th, I'm going to have some people from the WLI radio, Lee Davis and Bonnie Grice.
Lee Davis, a very impressive man.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
He should be a character on your show. You should enjoy interviewing him, there's no doubt.
Yes, I met him. I've been trying to get him for quite a while, and finally I nailed him. Okay, well, this is it. This is when I hear this music. When I hear this music, I know it's the end. A friend of mine, Anna Cheek, recorded this.
It's very pretty.
And another friend had written this. So, as always, this goes so fast.
It does. It does. It was great. I really enjoyed this, Judy. Thank you.